Hey there. $500 billion may seem like a lot of money. It's a staggering amount of money, and that is the amount that a recent survey estimates that is lost through unproductive meetings in a certain survey with the UK, US, Germany and Switzerland. Why then would I, in my last article, be encouraging you to have another meeting? Well, stay tuned and I'll explain why. Hey there, Ian here, and it's a pleasure to be able to be with you. I hope this is catching you happy, healthy and strong. Now, in a previous article, I strongly encourage you to be having a daily huddle, a daily gathering, a short, crisp huddle, not a meeting, where we align ourselves for the day, look at a metric or two, and articulate where we might be stuck or challenged right now. Now, why would I be encouraging you to have that meeting? Well, stay with me and I'll wrap up at the end with how to make our meetings better because of that huddle. But if we look at our meetings that we run, and by the way, full disclosure, I have run some really bad meetings in my time and participated in bad meetings too that have taken too long and haven't really resolved much. So when it comes to our meetings in general, and I would, as a general principle, encourage us to have a weekly team meeting with the people that are on our team, department or project, but that weekly rhythm is important, I believe. And I mentioned a daily huddle. And if you're going to run a daily, don't have the daily on the same day that you have the team meeting. Go day, weekly meeting. Don't have the huddle on the same day you have the team meeting. That would be redundant. So 4 dailies and a team meeting. But when it comes to those weekly team meetings or monthly management meetings, what are the keys to running them? One particularly eminent speaker and productivity analyst made the comment that with human beings we are inherently social creatures, and she said that human beings are at their most productive when we are working in real time with other human beings. That's when we make the most impact. What do we call that? We call it a meeting. So if we are productive when we're together in real time, why are we wasting so much time in meetings? It really comes down to the way we run them. So here is a quick rundown of how we can make our meetings more productive. And it's really not that complicated. Preparation is a big part of it. So when we go into a meeting, are the participants informed of what we're going to be meeting about and how to contribute? So is there a clear purpose for our meeting? Are we meeting with a clear purpose in mind? What are the objectives for that meeting? When we walk out, what are we aiming to have decided when we leave the meeting? Who needs to be there? Who needs to attend the meeting in order for us to get that objective? And how are we going to spend our time? That's another word for an agenda. Yeah, how are we going to progress through that meeting to make sure that we get to the objective that we want? Now, in advance of that meeting, we've got to make sure that everybody understands those objectives that I've just gone through, and to make sure that there is an equal participation. Often I encourage teams to ask for contributions in writing before the meeting. Now, sometimes you have more vocal people that are confident in sharing their ideas in a meeting and maybe people that are less confident, they might want to talk a bit less. So it's natural sometimes that the more vocal people get more airtime in the meetings, and maybe the less confident, less vocal people don't have as much of an opportunity to contribute. If you gather ideas in writing before, everybody has a chance to have their idea discussed. When we don't do that, often we quickly converge around the first idea. It gets traction, everybody tends to agree with it, but that's often not the best idea we can come up with. So if we gather things in writing before, we gather contributions in writing before, we tell people what the problem is that we're going to discuss, we get the contributions, we put those out on a whiteboard or we distribute them on paper in the meeting, and then we discuss them. That means that everyone gets their ideas, get equal talk and discussion time. Then, so if we do that in preparation, we follow the agenda, we stick to timing as best we can. Often we can elect a timekeeper or a facilitator to make sure that we stick to our agenda. When we wrap up and when we leave, make sure that we end the meeting nice and crisp on a good note. And that is, I recommend, 2 things: a who, what and when summary. As a result of this meeting, who is contributing to do what by when, and that can be summarized and then circulated straight after the meeting. It doesn't have to be a long minutes of meeting when who said what and all that sort of all those sorts of things are listed down. Who, what and when is good enough to make sure everyone's on the same page for our actions. And then I like to close with a 1-phrase summary, a 1-phrase close. And that gives everyone to share a feeling, what they got, a specific action, what they want more of in future meetings. It gives everybody a chance to sort of close off the meeting from their own perspective, and then we're done. We get back to our routines and we're working on the problem. Now, back to the daily huddle. Why do we have the daily huddle? In my view, and the view of many companies that run daily huddles effectively, if we have a nice, crisp, focused daily huddle, we're so much better informed for any of the other meetings we attend. It's like a supplement. It's like taking a boost of vitamins or minerals. That helps the body with the big stuff that it's got to do, and such is the case for a daily huddle. It's a supplement that helps everything else run better. We are better informed about what's going on. We know who's got a particular challenge. We know the status of projects, who's our team utilization we're aware of. We are so much better informed when we go to our team project meetings or management meetings. So I highly recommend that you have those daily huddles. Don't call them meetings. They're daily huddles that act as a great supplement for all your other meetings. It makes them run much smoother, and there's less confusion, less opportunity for misunderstandings. I really hope that did make sense. Meetings are often a bone of contention or a demotivator in companies, but if they're run well, they are a vital piece of helping us ensure our growth and scale and sustainability and all that great stuff that goes into running a successful company. So take care of each other, and I look forward to sharing with you again soon.